Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed building video. So as you can tell from the title, this video is actually inspired by IKEA, or the apartment's inspired by IKEA, I should say. So recently an IKEA has opened up near me, which honestly, when I found out one was being in the process of being built, I was so happy because it's literally my favourite shop ever, and it's been being built. It's been being built for the past year and a half, and so obviously I've been very, very excited to get into the IKEA, and it literally opened the other day. So it opened on, I think it was Thursday of this week, so this video is going up today, which is Sunday. It opened on a Thursday, which I don't know why an IKEA would open on a Thursday. Surely it would just open on a Friday or a Monday or whatever. But it opened on the Thursday, and so on the Friday, the day afterwards, I decided to go in there and just spend the day in IKEA because it's my favourite shop and I absolutely love it. And so as I was walking around IKEA, I got inspired by so many different showrooms. It was just so inspiring because, like I said, it's my favourite shop, and it's basically like an interior shop. Well, it kind of is like an interior shop, but obviously they do not just interiors, they do the objects, furniture. But yeah, I got really, really inspired, and basically the main focus of this build was when I was walking around, I reached the kitchen section of the IKEA, and there was this most beautiful green kitchen, and it's what inspired me to do kind of the whole living area to be a greeny kind of colour. So it was a kind of dark green, and then it had gold, rose gold accents, so it had little salt and pepper shakers, and the sink and all of that was gold or rose gold, and it was so beautiful. And the cabinets, or the counters rather, that they actually used in the IKEA showroom were so similar to the ones that we got from Parenthood, which are the ones that I've used. And so I kind of saw it as a sign I need to build this. But once I was finished building this, I think it's actually my favourite build I've ever done. As soon as I stopped building it, I actually went straight into game and designed a sim to live here, and it's literally my favourite apartment I've ever done. I'm really, really happy with it, and it all came from an IKEA trip basically. But anyway, back to the build, because I haven't actually spoken about the build that much. So as you can see, I'm kind of finishing off doing the kitchen, and I'm just moving on to the lounge area now. And when I was building this, I really I just thought that two writers could live here, so maybe a husband and a wife, and they're both writers, and it's just a really cozy kind of writer's apartment, if that makes any sense. So I really got the sense that two writers would live here, and so I kind of decorated it in that kind of aspect as well. So I put them two black leather chairs in just because they kind of went with the right kind of thing. I think they actually get unlocked with the writer career. I think that might be the other chair actually, I'm not sure, but you do get a leather chair unlocked in the writer's career. I'm not sure if it's that one or the other one, because there is a few leather chairs in the game. But yeah, anyway, so as you can see, I've done the sofas, and the sofas are actually quite odd to put in this build, but I think it really, really works. So I actually cut it out, but I spent about 10 minutes just trying to decide what sofa I wanted. So I knew I wanted a purpley red, and the only one swatch that matched it perfectly was the sofa that came with Get Famous, and I'm not really a massive fan of that sofa, if I'm honest, or the sofas, because it comes in a 3-seater and a 2-seater. I'm not sure if it comes in a single chair. I imagine it probably does. But the sofa that we got in that, not the kind of mid-century sofa, the other one, the kind of luxurious kind of one, there was a swatch, and it was literally the perfect swatch. I think I showed it at the start when I was just starting to do the living room. But I just didn't like the sofa at all. I don't like it. I didn't want to use it, and so I went with a similar kind of swatch, and it just happened to be the swatch that came with the cats and dogs sofas. I do actually like them sofas, but I wouldn't have put them in the build if it wasn't for that swatch. But then as I go along and I'm kind of adding little photographs and some plants and all that kind of stuff, I feel like it really just blends in well together. And I put that kind of vase or vase, however you say it, because I still don't know how you say it, in, and I just think it just tied the little living room together, and I'm obsessed with this apartment. Like I said, it's my favourite one I've ever done. But now I'm just moving on, and I'm doing like the kind of like hallway entrance bit. So in all of my speed builds, I always do like a little entrance table, so your Sims can walk in and they can throw their keys down, or when they get some post or they get some bills, they can like chuck it on that little table. I always do it, and I probably will never stop doing it. I'm not the only person to do it. I'm pretty sure there's like loads of people that also do entrance tables, but I always have to have one, no matter how big or small the house is. It could be the smallest starter home, and I will add like a little entrance table, just because I just think it's so realistic. I mean, not everyone has them, but I just like think about it as realistic. But anyway, now I'm just putting around some like more decorative items. I put the Dine Out photos of like, it kind of looks like Brinterton Bay, but I know it's not Brinterton Bay because Dine Out came before Brinterton Bay, or maybe it was Hint, I'm not sure, but I put them photographs in, and I just thought they matched so well. And I also put a big bookcase underneath it. So as I said, I did kind of envision 2 writers living here, and so there is 3 bookcases in the house, or in the apartment, which is quite a lot for like a 2-bedroom apartment. There's 3 bookcases, and one of them's not even in like the main master bedroom. So yeah. But anyway, now I am moving on into the master bedroom, and so I decided to go for this kind of bluey kind of tone. I wanted some really like blues and blacks and greys, and I just wanted to keep it really, really cool. But I actually used the bed from, I think that's the Get Famous bed. Yeah, it is. Okay, I haven't actually used this bed yet because I'm not a fan at all of the headboard. I just don't like the, you know, like the bit that's like dips, and I just don't like it. I wish it was just a plain headboard, like there wasn't any like different woods. Obviously it's like a black kind of wood, and then it's got like this really vibrant kind of colour of wood in between, and I just don't like that. But I actually made it work, so maybe I do like that, I'm not sure. I like it in this build because what I did with the environment around it, but I'm not sure if I would use it in a normal build. But I felt like it really, really suited this kind of bedroom that I was going for, and I just think it just works really well. But now I'm just doing the bedside tables, and I added the little clock on the side. I often forget about that clock because the only category that it's in is in the bedroom section if you do it by room, and there's like a little clock on the bedside table, but I often forget about it, and so I put it in this one. But yeah, I'm just cluttering up them bedside tables. And then I think I put a lamp there. Yeah, I do put a little lamp there, just because there's a lamp on the other side, like a bedside table with a lamp on, and then I wanted there to be a light the other side, just in case they're both in bed reading or something, and so they can both turn the light off. I don't know, I always think about silly things like that whenever I do my builds. But now I'm just moving on and putting a little carpet in, or like a rug, or whatever you want to call it. And I actually used the one from Parenthood, and I think it works really, really well because, like I said, I wanted to go with more darker tones in this room, and I think it just tied it in really, really nicely. And now I'm actually using the IKEA, well, it's not the IKEA, but it looks like the IKEA dresser. So in IKEA, if you're not very familiar with their furniture, there's actually a dresser that is literally this. It comes in white, oak, dark oak, and then black as well. And obviously it's an IKEA inspired build, so I've got to use that dresser, and so obviously I did. And I actually also used the cats and dogs paintings, and I've never actually done this before where you put the painting. So the painting comes in 4 swatches, but so there's 4 paintings, like 4 types of paintings, but then each painting has like 4 swatches. Like they're the same colour palette, and it's just they have 4 of each, and there's 4 of them, if that makes any sense. Hopefully you know what I mean, because you might have seen it before, or you've got cats and dogs. But they come in different swatches, and the black and gold ones actually, I didn't realise this, but they actually kind of look like a picture if you put them like in a cube kind of way. I don't know how to describe it, but if you see what I just did, like the kind of one on top of the other, like a kind of 4 cube thing, it actually looks like a big painting, and I've never done it before, and I think it just looks really cool. But now I'm just finishing up the bedroom. I put the little, what's it called, like the ottoman from City Living, and I just thought that looked so cool because it actually has some books in the ottoman, and obviously, like I said, I wanted it to be kind of like a writer's or 2 writers, or to be fair, anyone could really live here, but that's what I envisioned. I envisioned 2 writers living here, and having like an ottoman with loads of books in, I just think suits the aesthetic perfectly. But now I'm moving on, and I'm just doing the guest/office kind of thing. Maybe if the couple that live here have a baby, this could be converted into a second bedroom. But for the minute, I kind of imagine that the people that lived here are single, or no, they're not single, but they're not parents. They could be single. I mean, they could be single, they could be married, whoever could live here. But I imagine that 2 writers live here, and that's why I did put 2 desks. So there's like 1 for each, because like if like the woman wants to write a book, but maybe her wife also wants to write a book, and then there's not enough, you know what I mean, like you need 2 computers if you want to have 2 writers. If you don't want to have a writer and you just want to use it as like a single sim apartment, you can just delete the desk. You can do whatever you want with this build as soon as you download it. You can even just like delete all the furniture if you don't like all my furnishing and all that, and you could just use my floor plan or whatever. You honestly do whatever you like with this, but I imagined 2 writers live here, and that's why I put 2 desks in the study. But yeah, and then I'm just finishing it up and putting some paintings on the wall and just little bits and bobs, just kind of make it feel a little bit cozier. And I do actually put some shelves on the wall just to kind of clutter it up a little bit more. But yeah, so that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me make this IKEA inspired apartment, and as always, if you do like my content, then please subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in my next speed building video. Bye guys.